So I just landed back in New York from Greece. I was in Greece for about 2 months, and I already feel like shit. Like I feel like the air is gross. I feel like the meal I just had, I'm bloated. I didn't feel that in Greece. The air quality was amazing. The food, I ate whatever I wanted, and I didn't get bloated. I didn't feel like shit. I don't know. In Greece, food is fresh, it's real, it tastes amazing. And guess what? It's a quarter of the price of the food in America. Breakfast.
When we came to Italy, we knew what we wanted and we found it. And the first reason is the people. There's a connection here to Americans with the Italians, which I didn't find in other places. They want to help. This 4,000-year-old culture understands the idea that we're all in this together. They want to help. You're their friend. Today, I just walked into a leather store to get a belt fixed. I hadn't been in the store in a year, and Luca remembered my name. He said, Alfredo, come stai? How are you? It makes you feel good. In the macelleria, very often, that's the butcher. They know my meat. They know my order before I give it, and they know my name. It is a place where people want to help you. It's not a place where money comes first. It's a place where time and the relationship you have come first. And that's the biggest reason we moved to Italy. The second one's the cost of living. And when I say Italy, one of the things I get right away is, oh, that's so expensive. Well, you think it's expensive because you came here as a tourist and you lived in a tourist hotel and you stayed in a tourist area and you ate tourist meals. Outside the tourist areas in Italy, it's a bit different. The lifestyle is different. The expenses are different. In the United States, my rent for a 3-bedroom, 2,200 square foot house was right at $1,560. Here with 5 bedrooms, 3 baths, and incredible views, it's $700. My health care in the U.S. was $1,460 a month with a $6,000 deductible. Here it's $900 a year for the two of us with no deductible. It's a different system. Here we go out and buy fresh food. We go out and we explore the areas around us. And there's something always different. There are places that we love to eat. Fresh food. There are places with no menus at all because it happens to be the fresh food that they get that day, whether it happens to be lamb or beef, or whether it happens to be spaghetti with guanciale, which is the cheek of a wild boar. If you don't think that spaghetti's good, oof, absolutely delicious. Fresh vegetables all the time. And dolce, that's Italian expression for absolutely delicious. Now, the other thing, besides the lifestyle, which is not hurried, in which the dollar isn't almighty and the euro is not almighty, I've walked into a dry cleaners to get my clothes and realized I didn't have the money for a $40 dry cleaner bill. She said, "Oh, take it. Come back when you want." When you go into a butcher shop and it's $18.62, $18.50, it's a different place. It's a different way of looking at things. It's a different way of living. And that's what we were looking for. We want a slower pace of life. We want a place where it wasn't expensive to live, and a place where the people embraced you. And that's why we moved to Italy. So, one other thing. You can travel almost anywhere in Europe You can be almost anywhere in Europe in 2.5 hours by plane. And trains are absolutely marvelous here.
Let me ask you a question. What are you doing that's so important that you can't travel to Europe right now? To Spain, for example, where I'm at. This is Malaga, Spain. And I've had a lot of comments like, oh, I can't afford it. You're so lucky. Like, what do you do for work? Let's be honest. How much have you spent on your latest Starbucks crave? How many streaming channels do you have going right now? Amazon Prime, Netflix, Max, Disney Plus, I don't know, Paramount. Is it a bunch? Do you really watch them all the time? Wouldn't you rather be out enjoying the world, the beautiful world? Look at this. Look where I am. Like, there's like a maze behind me in bushes. This is amazing, right? Like, go. It's not that expensive. I spent $291 to go from New York City to Madrid. It'd be like $10 to $18 to take a train from Madrid to Malaga, where I'm at, or you can go to Barcelona for the same amount. Like, you can visit way less expensively than you think. Now, you might not be in New York, but guess what? Most flights to New York aren't that expensive because there's so many of them and so many different connections are going to New York, as an example. My point is that if you really wanted to make travel a priority, you could simply cut down on some of your daily, weekly, or monthly expenses, put that money away until you have enough to cover flights, to cover hotel, hostels. I just booked a trip where I'm going to be in a hostel for 5 days. I'm super excited about it, but my point is, you can get out there. You can do it too. It's not that hard. Matter of fact, for those of you that think I'm retired or something, you can definitely save money by moving here or another country than the United States. Any country is cheaper than the United States, just about, right? I mean, every bill is less expensive. So don't wait. Start planning your trip. Get out of the house. Do it while you're young. I'm telling you guys, you are missing out. And this place is freaking beautiful.